Hey everyone, it's Dana here with Love Sola Flowers. It is Labor Day weekend and we are going to do a tutorial tonight. It's actually kind of an interesting one. I'm going to teach you a bunch of different things about creating things with textures and mixing things that maybe don't seem like they go together. So we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes while people jump on here. We are having a Labor Day sale. Hi Sherry, I see you. We're having a Labor Day sale. It is up to 70% off on our website, lovesolaflowers.com. There is no coupon code necessary, so everything is already discounted, what it's going to be discounted on there, so you can't use a coupon code if it's already on sale. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Sherry again. Your name keeps popping up. So, yeah, so we are going to, hey, Callie. We are going to have that sale for Labor Day. Again, up to 70% off on select items there. And you can shop at lovesolaflowers.com. We also have a community group for those of you who are not a part of that yet, or if you're new to Sola and you need some extra help and advice and encouragement. We have a community group. It's facebook.com/groups/lovesolaflowers. And also, if you are in the group, you saw that we posted the link to our website, to our YouTube, sorry, I didn't mean website, to our YouTube, because we are not Mary. We are in, well, I'm in New Jersey, but the warehouse is in California, completely different companies. Okay, so we have a YouTube channel now because Facebook had some crazy glitch where it takes off the titles of the videos. So although we record the videos here so that we can be live and we can chat and you can ask questions and I can teach while we go, they took away like the ability to search because you can no longer see the title of the video, and it made it super confusing for all of you who are looking for something specific. So we did start our YouTube channel, and it has all the videos that are on Facebook. So every single one of the videos that we record here on Facebook live goes on to the YouTube channel, and then that way you can search, because you can go to our channel and all the titles will show up. So we don't know why Facebook took away the names of the videos, but there was nothing we could do, and I know it was frustrating people because couldn't find what you're looking for. So it is there on our YouTube channel. If you want the link to the YouTube channel, join our group, and there's a post about it. Okay, so our group again is facebook.com/groups/lovesolaflowers. And you can share there, and you can put your pictures up of the things that you guys make. If you're a bride and you're only going to do this just for your own sake and you just need some help, we are all there to help you. So here we go. We are going to make, well, mine's a cigar box, but it was super cool. I got it at an antique store, and yay, Meg. It looks cool, so let me show it to you. So this is a cigar box, and let me explain what all of this is and what I did. But obviously you don't need to use a cigar box, but this is just to teach you how to make a box that has a lid on it, okay? So, and also we're also gonna do an arrangement that has less fillers. So anyone who knows me knows that I am obsessed with fillers, and I could have all fillers and no flowers. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make something with mostly flowers and just a little bit of fillers for those of you who kind of like the spilling out of flowers look more than all of the greeneries and fillers, okay? So I have my cigar box. The lid was completely detachable. So if you have a box and it has a lid that's completely detachable, if you can see here, I screwed on the lid so that it stays open, so that when I make my arrangement, the lid will be seen, because this cigar box happened to have something really, really cool on the inside of the lid. I know nothing about cigars, but I liked the box. And it's pretty cool on the outside as well. But what I liked about this box, and again, if you have a box with a lid, you could always put something on the inside. You can put, you know, something that is like a sticker on the inside and make it look cool on the inside. So, so yeah, so what we're gonna do is fill this with flowers first and then put the fillers. So it's a little different than what I usually do, because again, we are going to focus on the flowers today and not so much the fillers. As you can see, this sticker that's in this box is metallic. It's like silver if you hold it one way, bronzy if you hold it another way, and then it has some like hot pinks in there. So I thought, how fun would it be to fill this box up with some of those colors? Yeah, and if you don't want to screw your lid completely open where it's wide open like this, you can always let it tilt if you want to put a hinge on it, and all you have to do is put like a wire or a bamboo stick that lets it be propped down on it. But this keeps it wide open. Again, so this would be not a 360 view, although the back of it's pretty cool. Your front would be the main attraction, okay? So not only are we going to do something with a lid, that's a little different. We're also not just gonna do something with flowers first and fillers second, but we're also gonna mix a bunch of different types of themes kind of. So the box is kind of old and raggedy, right? It's stamped out, but the inside is kind of like metallic and flashy, which is interesting. I thought that was interesting, the fact that it's kind of like antique and rustic mixed with kind of a little bit of flashy. So we're gonna just embrace that, and we are going to do some metallic flowers and some kind of flashy flowers mixed with some rustic greenery to bring like kind of this texture and fun kind of look to our box. So I have 18 gauge wires, and this is what we're gonna be stemming our flowers with and putting them in our box. And all we have to do that is hot glue little nubs basically to the back of our flowers. Obviously, if your box is taller, mine's nice and short, so I need very, very tiny little things. In fact, this might even be a little too big, which is crazy. So again, this is reverse than I usually do with making boxes. Usually I start with my greenery, at least some greenery, but this time I'm going to start with my flowers, because again, I don't want to overwhelm this with greenery. It's very small, it's kind of interesting. I don't want to cover up the sticker in the back, which is what, you know, is really kind of the main attraction. And what I'm going to do is start to fill my box with these flowers, and then we'll do the fillers. So it's a little bit backwards than I usually do, and you're going to want to kind of layer it. You don't want it just a flat line. You want to do a little bit of a layering. So if you need a little bit longer of a wire to make it stand up, to go on it like this, I'll show you, to let it sit up there, okay, then you can do that. So again, you're going to be layering it. You don't want just a flat line, because that would look boring. So we're going to do this. Now I also don't want to cover up my back, so I'm just going to be careful. We want to set our main attraction flowers, meaning the ones that we really want to stand out. We're going to set those up first in their area so that we can kind of fill around that, as opposed to taking up a place. Now I want this to be kind of in the front because it's pretty big. So I'm just going to turn it for a second just so I can place it evenly here. But if you have any questions, please let me know. If you're just jumping on now, we are having a Labor Day sale. It's lovesolaflowers.com, and it's up to 70% off for Labor's Day. Okay. And like I said, this is a little bit different than I usually do. So if you're just joining us, usually I do my filler first, but I wanted to do a more flower focused piece because I know some of you like that look as well. And I wanted to make sure that we can teach that to you guys too. And again, we are mixing some flashy colors, this kind of hot pinky red mixed with metallics. And I want to, again, make sure that my flowers have life and some depth and some height. So what I'm going to do is just keep kind of layering. And then after we get our flowers in, that's when we will get our fillers in, okay? It makes it also a way to save money if you're just starting and you don't have a lot of money to buy a million fillers. This is kind of a good starting ground because it doesn't take too much, just the flowers, and our flowers are actually on sale now, so you would get this for pretty cheap. Hey, Eve, I'm in New Jersey. We've had a rainy, stormy summer, but we are good weather now. Sometimes I have to catch these lives as fast as I can to make sure I keep power. And again, I'm just kind of layering it. I do need to take a peek myself just to make sure we're on the right track here. So again, I want to make sure that my colors are kind of separated a little bit too. I don't like to bundle too many of the same color in one spot unless there would be like a reason for like a, hey Elsie, you know, as a focal point for some reason like that. I don't have to worry about little tiny gaps because I'm going to be playing around with some fillers today, and that will give some opportunities to fill in those gaps. Let's see, I want that one there. Trying to work backwards is kind of funny. I just want to make sure, maybe I'll put this one in the front. I always work backwards when I can so you guys can see, but sometimes it makes for an odd shaped box. So again, I'm just taking my little nubby wires here. If you missed the beginning of our video, in order to keep our box open, I screwed the lid open. Hi, Treasure. I actually screwed it to stay like that. But you can do it where you stick like a bamboo stick and let it flop down and it'll actually hold it up. But this did not have a hinge on it, so I had to myself kind of rig it. So that's what I did with that. Again, I'm just adding my flowers first, which again, if you haven't seen me before, you know that I love a lot of fillers, but we are gonna do a little different because we know that everybody has different styles, and I want to make sure that we touch on all the different kinds of styles. This bronze color, I don't know exactly what it was called. I think it's just called bronze. It's a paint called Deco Art. And it's metallic, which makes it so pretty. Sorry, I just gotta take a peek from the front view to make sure I'm not looking weird here. Okay, I got a few more here. Again, our website is lovesoloflowers.com. The warehouse is located in California, but I am in New Jersey. And this Labor Day sale is up to 70% off, and you don't need any coupon code or anything like that. Okay. I feel like this little guy needs to go somewhere special. This cream color is actually not raw. I don't know if you can see, but it's actually a pearlized color. Sorry guys, I just gotta tip it to me for 1 second so that I can place this last flower. But again, I've just screwed on the lid so it stays open. Okay, I think I found a spot in the front because he's nice and cute. Not sure our Labor Day is going to be good weather here in New Jersey. We've not been having good weather at all lately. And I know that other states were affected by the hurricane, so I hope you all have stayed safe through it all. Okay, so again, this is a little different than what I usually do. It's flowers first with not a lot of filler. And I've got colors to match this back, which is like a hot pink. Let me see if I want that red. I'm gonna switch the red one because it kind of made a line. So sometimes you have to play with your colors and figure out the best positioning for them. So I didn't like that my pinks were kind of in a line. So I'm just gonna switch my silver and the pink. Okay, there we go. So now the red one's in the front. Okay, can you see it? So again, if you have just a plain lid and you wanted to add some things, there are some cool sticker-like. Actually, if you can see my table, do you see my table? This wood underneath this shiny plastic is actually a sticker that I laminated over a plain white table. And you can add so many different types of things, tile work, things like that. And you can make this kind of, you know, I call it like a fighting theme. Like this is all like flashy, like I said, and then this is all like antique. And you can do that with these kind of sticker things and just, you know, make it. Now again, we've not added any filler yet. This is just the flowers. So this is gonna save you money on filler, but also just give you a very different look than the normal kind of wild, full greenery look that we usually do. Now, because I want to play again with the fact that this is kind of fancy mixed with rustic, I'm going to add some rustic fillers along with some more like fancier fillers. I've even got feathers today. So let me just stick this in and then I will flip it around again. So it's hard to work backwards when there's a lid. It's kind of funny actually. If you are just joining us and you are new to Sola Wood Flowers, our community group is facebook.com/groups/lovesolaflowers. And we've had our group for about 4 or 5 years now, but it's changed names a couple times. So it is LUV, like love, Sola, SOLA, which is actually what our product is made of, flowers. And that is the name of our business. And I'm just going to trim these guys up. Again, I'm kind of playing with the fact that we've got some fancy and some rustic kind of going on here. Oops, I lost him. Oh, I didn't say before, the foam that is in the bottom of my box that I'm sticking it in, that is a spray foam. So the spray foam that I use, it is Great Stuff, but Great Stuff has a few different options, and sometimes people pick the wrong one. And when you pick the wrong one, it kind of explodes into a crazy amount of foam everywhere. And I think most of us have had that experience before. So the one that I use is called for windows and doors. It does not expand as much as the for gaps. But if you are going to use the one that expands for gaps, make sure you use the one that says for small gaps, okay? Because we don't need anybody's flowers exploding. In fact, one time, because with that gap filler, sometimes it takes a really long time to expand. So one time I made my whole arrangement and I came the next day and it was all popped out because it expanded and it pushed my flowers out. So it was kind of funny. So I'm just putting these little things, I don't even know what these are called. Sometimes I just go on different websites for fillers and things like that, and I just buy what I think looks cool. We do have a bunch of fillers on our website, lovesolaflowers.com. But just like any other business, you know, it's hard for us to get everything and keep everything in stock with how shipping has been since COVID. But we are trying awfully hard to keep things stocked. We know you want things and need things, and we are conscious of that. And we are filling as fast as we can, when we can. But farmers are even having trouble keeping stuff too. So what I'm using right now is leather leaf fern. So I thought the fern would look cool, kind of again with the fact that it's like a little bit fancy, a little bit rustic. What I love about the leather leaf fern is that you can tear it apart into a million different pieces and get like so much use out of just one little branch of it, because it is totally breakdownable. And I think I don't have any more glue sticks on me right here. I'm going to grab glue sticks and I'll be right back in 5 seconds. Yes, you do need to poke it. Sorry guys, I'm back. Got my glue sticks. I go through so many glue sticks. I try to keep my little glue stick thing filled, but I just go through like a million sticks of glue. So, ferns are versatile. They are like, go with any type of theme. I love them. Okay, let me put this between the flowers. And again, I just kind of broke down one thing. I didn't even need the whole branch. And again, I'm not going to go crazy because again for this, my point is to show you a little bit about how to maybe not have to use so much filler. If you're wanting it more flower heavy, let me make sure that's... So if you can see, I usually do, in nature, greenery usually grows in V's. I don't know why that is, but if you can see when I put my fern, instead of just sticking like one leaf here and there, I do make little V's everywhere, and that will help me keep it natural looking. Also, if you can see, I'm getting a million glue sticks. When you do boxes, going back and forth from your glue gun over to your box, it gets crazy sometimes. But the easy way to solve that, if you've watched our videos, we've talked about it before, is to just use a hair dryer, because the hot air will melt the strings on contact. So if you're making a piece where you've ended up with too many strings and you can't peel them off, sometimes I go to deliver something I made and there's strings everywhere and I didn't even see them. So sometimes I just am like, you know what, every single piece, because sometimes, you know, in your indoor lighting you don't see them, but sometimes it's just better to just shoot every you know, piece with a hair dryer, because it will get rid of those little stringy things. And again, if you're just joining us, we are kind of doing a box a little bit the reverse way that I do in most of my videos. When you fill something with greenery first, it's sometimes easier to fill because you don't really have to have a rhyme or reason. When you do the flowers first, you know, you've got to be more conscious of where you're putting things and, you know, setting things up. So everybody has a different way of doing things. Everyone has, you know, a different aesthetic. I'm definitely more wild in my natural look. Again, I do some bronzes and some silvers. My light's pretty bright. Let me see if I can turn it down just a little bit. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn this down just a little bit to let you see the pearl. Okay. Yeah, you can still see. Okay, so no, I don't know if you can tell it's pearlized, but those white ones are pearlized, so you can even dip them in the little pearls and pearl paint. Again, the metallic paint I use is called Deco Art. I'm getting my little feathers here. So again, if you're just joining, I mixed a lot of different types of textures and ideas here, a little rustic, a little antique, but then also with the metallic. So I am putting feathers in now. I love feathers. I would use feathers in everything that I make, actually. So, I am creating upside down, so I might have to turn it a little bit, yeah. Okay, so let me see if I can get this guy to go off to the side a little bit. I don't want to cover my picture in the back, so I'm gonna try to put this on an angle. Let's see if I did it. It's a little bit long. Hold on, let me cut them down a little bit. Let's see. These feathers were actually given to me by a friend. A lot of times, a lot of my, like this kind of stuff, if you put the word out that you're looking for something, you don't know the kind of things that friends have, and sometimes I get these things. But if I do buy stuff, I get them all over the place. Sometimes I just Google. I do buy a lot of my things on Amazon. As most of you know, I feel like I should have stock in Amazon because I buy so much. Like, there's like, I can't get out my door sometimes. I have to go out my back door sometimes because all my supplies come to my front. But I Google sometimes. And if you go to Google, you just go to google.com and you type in what you're looking for. Let's say pheasant feathers. There's a little tab at the top that says shopping. And if you click shopping, it will show you a price comparison of all the stores that carry what you're looking for. So I like to do that because it compares the prices right in front of me. Sometimes it'll send me to Etsy. Sometimes it sends me to an actual store. It definitely shows Amazon if their pricing is good, and you can even sort it from cheapest to most expensive. So that helps a lot too with that. So I think I just need to fill. I'm just looking for gaps now. So again, another difference between starting with greenery or starting with flowers is that if you start with flowers, you've definitely got to look more for gaps, because you don't want any view to have a gap and see the foam underneath. Yeah, feather. I can't even say it once now. Now that you tricked me. Let me just put a little green. So again, I'm just spinning my box around, looking for little gaps. Again, don't be scared of mixing different things. Like, you know, we have metallics and we've got feathers and we've got all this different stuff. But I tell you that it makes for a really interesting piece. Again, this is a box that started with flowers. I am going to put a little bit of Caspia in here. Sometimes we do get questions about Caspia. So Caspia does have a natural stinkier type of a smell. So don't be scared. We've had people write us and think it was bad or anything, but it's a plant. It's a real plant and it's preserved. So it does have a smell, and some people find it stinkier than other people. I don't know if it's just because I work with it so much that I really don't smell it anymore, but some people think it's stinky, really stinky. So you can spray it with Febreze, you can air it out, you know, and do all that kind of stuff, but it does fade with time. And I do think that, who was saying something, what's that, oh, cilantro. You know how some people love cilantro, and then some people taste cilantro in a different way, and then they say it tastes like soap or something? I feel like that's how it is with Caspia. Some people just find it a little bit stinkier than other people. So if you are sensitive, don't get stressed out if you got your Caspia and it's a little stinky. It's not bad. It's just a little stinky. But but it is beautiful, and I use Caspia a whole lot because you can't get that little, you know, frayed little Christmas tree look in anything else, really. And so, and Caspia goes a really long way because you can break it off into little bitty pieces and not worry about using like this whole stem of it, because especially if you're making bouquets even, you just pull off all the little bottom layers and you reuse those later. So, and I used a very diverse type of flowers too. I wanted some funky flowers, so I used the frozen. That's the frozen right here, the big one in the front with the bronze, and I let it open up just a little bit when I dyed it, where I have some roses, but then I've got some kind of funkier, you know, type flowers as well, just because I like to mix it. Luann, we are wanting to carry Princess Pine. We are trying to carry Princess Pine. It is just impossible to find right now. It is out of season, so when it comes into season, which is usually the end of fall, you know, if it's available for us, we will certainly carry it. It's just farmers, I think, are having a hard time. Shipping companies are having a hard time. It's just been a little crazy. So anyway, you can fill it up with your flowers first and still get a really cool look. I want to make sure that I'm not covering anything that says cigars on it, because I think that's cool. Let's see. Maybe my feather's too big. I don't know. I kind of like height, but maybe I just need another one. Let me just add another one. But I want one that has like a cool tip to it. So I'm going to add one more feather. Again, I put the lid with screws to hold it still. There you go. Maybe I'll have it hang off the edge a little bit. So the lid is not going to go anywhere. I know, right? Luann, if we all just started growing stuff, that would be great. Because maybe we could just help each other. No. I do not have a green thumb. I kill everything. That's why I work with flowers, because I would kill real flowers. So thanks, Eve. And again, this is fun because you know, you're not having to use a million fillers. You can use your thing. I know the lighting is a little bit off when I need to do the ring light to make sure you can see everything, but this is definitely like a pewtery silver. This is kind of like a hot pinky red, which matches this background that happens to be there, with some bronzies and some pearls. But as you can see, I've stacked them up so they're not just flat down. They're a little bit layered. See, some are higher up than others. And then I've mixed these kind of rustic with kind of weird elegant with all this metallic stuff. And I just thought, why don't we just go for it and mix weird things together and see if it works? And I do think it works. I do have a lot of requests for things like metallics with feathers because, I don't know, I guess it's like a new thing to just have this kind of play of, you know, both sides, and you can kind of get a little bit of that elegant feel along with that kind of, you know, boho-y type feel as well. So I like the fact that even the cigar box had this antique kind of, you know, beat up look, and then on the inside of the box it was metallic and hot pink. Like, I didn't expect that. I actually had the box closed. I opened it up to see what I could do with it, and there was that surprise of color. So I was like, hey, if they can do it on their box, then I can sure fill it with it that way. So again, I used a spray foam. Yeah, that would be so cute, right? You could put a sticker. Any of you who do the Cricut machines, you can cut your own vinyl and fill it with vinyl and have them sitting in different places. Again, I do like a lidded look. I think it's fun and it changes things up just a little bit. And again, if you want to put a hinge, you can hinge the top to it. And then if you put a bamboo stick hidden in your flowers, you can kind of let it fall forward, and the bamboo stick will hold it so it doesn't collapse on your flowers. So you can kind of have it more peeking through. But this was fun for me to make, and I just wanted to show something a little different. We've not done many things with lids on them, so I wanted to show that. But I also wanted just to give you a little bit of theory about how you can mix things and it still look okay, as well as starting with flowers and then just popping some fillers in there after. So I hope you learned some stuff tonight, and I hope you guys have a great Labor Day weekend. We are having our sale, which is up to 70% on lovesolaflowers.com. Our community group is facebook.com/groups/lovesolaflowers, and join that. Show all the pictures of all the things you make. I hope some of you make some of these kind of lidded boxes and post those. You can do treasure box types things, even have pearls hanging out of it. Again, you can play even with the pearls and some rustic. It would be so great to do that with like a treasure box and do some metallic flowers, like, you know, get it? Coins and pearls. So maybe I'll do that. I have done a treasure box before, but that was just another idea for something that could give you some type of theme if you are a kind of person who likes to do events with themes. So here we are. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week.